Welcome to Binge Watchers, where we talk about the stories and characters we love and the shows they live in. My name is Ron, and let's talk about Daryl Dixon. In this first installment of character deep dive, origins, history of, I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet, I thought that in honor of the upcoming season 5 finale of The Walking Dead, we could dig a little deeper into Daryl Dixon. Why him? Because he might be a part of a TV show that's based on a comic book, but he himself is all TV. Before the zombie apocalypse, Daryl and his older brother Merle grew up in the mountains of North Georgia, together with their neglectful parents. Their father, Will Dixon, was an alcoholic who mentally and physically abused both of them. And their mother, whose name has not been revealed, wasn't much different. When Daryl was very young, just old enough to ride a bicycle, he lost his mother in a house fire that was caused by a lit cigarette when she was asleep or passed out drunk. At the time the house fire happened, Merle was about 12 years old and in a juvenile detention center, so he wasn't around. And since their father, Will Dixon, wasn't around so much, and when he was usually drunk, Merle was the one that had to raise Daryl, and he tried to pass on to him his racist, violent beliefs. Somewhere this kind of came from a good place, because Merle wanted Daryl to be able to take care of himself. He wanted him to grow up to be a quote-unquote real man. But Merle's way of doing that was making Daryl as violent and as racist as he was. But fortunately, Merle was also often absent from Daryl's life because he was usually going in and out of juvenile detention centers. So that might be part of the reason that Daryl, while still being tough as nails, also turns out to be compassionate, loyal, and caring. Merle's absence also led to Daryl having to learn how to fend for himself. For example, sometime before he was 12, Daryl got lost in the woods for 9 full days, and he lived off wild berries and used poison oak as toilet paper. You should never use anything that has poison in its name as toilet paper. When Daryl finally found his way home, his father didn't even notice he was gone. After that, Daryl just kind of drifted, followed Merle around, and did whatever he told him to do. Merle made his money through drug dealing, so that's what Daryl did as well. And along the way, Merle kept telling Daryl, kind of drilling it into his brain, that Merle is the only one he can trust and the only one that has his back and the only one who'll take care of him, kind of brainwashing him into never leaving. And this is actually going on for a long while, because the first time we meet Daryl in The Walking Dead, he is about 35 years old, or maybe late 30s, early 40s. Daryl's first experience with the zombie apocalypse actually takes place in Survival Instinct, the game, which is known for not being so great. But it does provide a lot of insight into Daryl's origins. Daryl was out hunting with his father Will, Will's half-brother Jess, and their friend Buck, when they were caught off guard by a group of walkers. Will gets injured pretty bad, and even though he's an abusive, alcoholic shitbag, Daryl still tries to save him. But Jess says that there's nothing they can do but end his suffering. Daryl can't bring himself to kill his own father, so Jess says, "Sorry, brother," and shoots him in the head. Merle wasn't around for this, as he was being held in a police station, which can be seen as an upgrade to a juvenile detention center. After the attack, Jess and Daryl pick up some supplies and leave, one of their first stops being the police station where Merle is being held. After freeing Merle and going through the rest of the events in Survival Instinct, the brother head off to Atlanta, a declared safe zone. Along the way, they meet Shane's group and find out that Atlanta has been overrun, so they join the group and help them set up camp. Merle actually reveals at some point that their initial plan was just to rob everyone, to take all their stuff and head off. That pretty much brings us up to Daryl's first appearance in The Walking Dead, Season 1, Episode 3, where he finds out that Rick and the guys have left Merle tied on a roof in Atlanta. We don't have time to go through everything that's happened to Daryl over the course of 5 seasons, but he does go through a very interesting journey. At the beginning, the group just kind of tolerates him because his hunting and tracking skills are just so useful, and he's pretty much a zombie killing machine. His kill count is actually second only to Rick. But after he kind of frees himself from Merle's influence, he just becomes this huge part of the group. And he also forms some very meaningful relationships, especially with Carol and Beth. And he develops a relationship of trust with Rick, becoming sort of his right-hand man. Many times Daryl actually proves to be the voice of reason, which I think is just an amazing transformation from the angry redneck stereotype that he begins with. He still has that short fuse, lone wolf, volatile personality, but that's just who he is, taking care of people, not expecting anything in return, and slowly willing to let other people in. And as we saw in season 5 up until now, he actually believes things could get better, or he wants them to get better. So that was a quick look into Daryl's story. I'd love to know what you thought about it. My question for you is, what do you think is the most memorable moment with Daryl? What's the first one that pops into your head? And also, what character would you like me to dig into next? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're finding binge watchers for the first time, welcome. We're talking about TV every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with reviews, story, facts, things like these. All kinds of great stuff, all for you fellow TV lovers and binge watchers. So you can go ahead and click that big subscribe button to join in on the fun, or you can check out some of the other videos on the channel. In any case, keep binging, and I'll see you next time.